If you want a man to bond with you and pursue you, you have to learn how to create space. You see, men are pursuing women when the woman is activating their testosterone hormone. Now, men and women bond very differently. You, as a woman, bond when you are emotionally close to a man. I know this for a fact that when I'm feeling that rush of oxytocin around a guy, he can listen to everything I'm saying. I can reveal to him all my secrets, desires, and emotions. That is when I feel close to a man. But guess what? If we showed up in dating this way, seeking oxytocin and emotional intimacy with men, we would push them away because oxytocin is what makes a man fall asleep, especially in early dating when he hasn't bonded with you. What a man truly needs in early dating is the rush of testosterone around you. And that testosterone, that pursuit instinct, is not activated through overtly being emotionally intimate, but actually by being able to hold space and distance. And I don't just mean space that is created when you don't text a man and call a man. Of course, that is also important because if you started texting and calling men, you would be in the pursuer role yourself. And you don't want to be in that role. You want to be in the receiving role, right? You want to be in your feminine energy. So as a dating and relationship coach for ambitious women, I'm always talking about feminine energy in my programs and on my channel. And it's really about helping women like you attract men who are the giver, the provider, the more embodied masculine men. And these men in the early stages of dating, as I have been talking, need the push of testosterone. And that testosterone comes when a woman is in her feminine, she's leaned back, she's not pursuing him, she's creating that space and holding that space for him to pursue her. And at the same time, she's also exhibiting emotional regulation. Because guess what? There are times when men are not going to be present in the way you want them to be. Maybe you are missing a guy and you want to see him more often. Maybe you are missing hearing from him. And what's going to happen is that if you're not emotionally self-regulated, if you can't control your neediness and if you can't control those feelings of, oh, I miss him, oh, I really want to hear him, then what you're going to do is you're going to act on those feelings. And when you act on those feelings, you're going to start texting, you're going to start calling, and you are going to kill the testosterone. You are going to kill the pursuit instinct. In fact, I can't tell you the number of amazing women who end up acting this way because it is really easy for you to play cool and be in your feminine as long as you are not that attached. But the minute you've been on a couple of dates and you're starting to really feel like this relationship, this connection with this guy has potential, then it is so tempting to enter your masculine. I know this because I've been there and I've done the inner work to heal these feelings and to be able to sit with my feelings, to be able to miss a man and still not act upon it, to be able to think that, wow, we really have a connection, but I'm still going to hold the space for him to pursue me because otherwise I get in the pursuer role, I get in the masculine role. And that is one of the fastest ways to kill a man's attraction. Now, I teach this inside of Leap Into Love. I teach this inside of Elevate, my top rung programs where we help ambitious women attract healthy, empowered masculine men. That as women, we are bonding through the oxytocin hormone, which is really requiring closeness. But because men bond through the testosterone hormone, which is the hormone of pursuit and hunting, you have to, as a woman in early dating, be able to activate those instincts in a man. And your over-presence and your over-availability actually reduces that hormone. It incites the oxytocin hormone in a man, which will make a man fall asleep instead of pursuing you and coming after you and making an effort for you. And if this feels like playing games for you, if you feel like, oh, Sami Wunder is teaching me to create space artificially and not share my feelings with a guy when I miss him or I like him, and she's basically telling me that I shouldn't ever reach out or I shouldn't ever text first, I want to tell you that this is not about playing games. I know it can feel that way sometimes, but it only feels like that when we haven't done our inner work, when we haven't understood that as the woman, as the feminine embodied woman, all you have to do is lean back, relax, and the right men will pursue you. That we are, as men and women, biologically and instinctively designed for this. And I know a lot of people hate me for saying this. I know I get a lot of bashing from feminists, but the truth is I am a feminist through and through. I have a great master's degree. I make tons of money, but I will never ever deny the fact that men and women are different. That when you look at women, we have estrogen, we have progesterone, we have all these different parts in a cycle. Estrogen, we're really ready to go, we're ready to achieve, we're ready to kill it at work. And when we're in the progesterone phase, closer to our period, closer to our cycle, we just want to be nurtured, we just want to rest. And men just have this testosterone going all the way throughout the month. This doesn't mean women are weaker than men. It just means that as a woman, I get to play with my strengths, and as a man, he gets to play with his strengths. And I actually believe that when men and women come together and you have an embodied masculine man and you have an embodied feminine woman, it's truly hot. I mean, think about the times when a man has shown up in your world and he has not left you with any space to wonder, does he really like me? Is there enough interest? And how bored you feel by men who come in your inbox feeling really needy for your attention, sending you 3 messages, 5 messages a day. You feel turned off by those men, right? Like you don't feel attracted to those men. And you actually want the guy who's a little bit aloof, not completely aloof. He's not playing mind games. He's not ignoring you, but he's also not overtly available. He's not dropped everything in his life in order to just cater to you. And you find that attractive. And these are the instincts that I like to teach my clients. These are the instincts I like to work with. So if you feel more attracted to the man who has his life together and who's not dropping everything in the first few dates with you to cater to you, then apply the same principle to men. Men also find it attractive when a woman is not available all the time, when a woman doesn't drop everything in her life to chat with him, when a woman doesn't drop all her plans and change all her plans in order to just fit him on the weekend because she's so eager to see him. So men also can feel more attraction to a woman who's got her life together, who's putting her heart first, putting her feelings first. And so often when you like a man, you forget this. All you want is intimacy. All you want is closeness. And you might find that you are finding it hard to hold space. You might find that you are missing him so much. I see this with a lot of my Elevate clients, when they come to us and they're new to the work and they're doing their first round in the program, the first 6 live months with us, I'll see women come in and tell me, should I share my feelings? He changed the date at the last minute. Should I share with him that I feel disappointed? Should I share with him that I actually should draw a boundary and let him know that this doesn't work for me? And I'm like, no, you don't do this because it makes you look needy. It makes you look like you really value his presence in your life, and you are literally signaling to him through revealing of those feelings and through trying to draw a boundary, which is not a boundary at all. It actually makes you look needy. You're revealing to him that you actually care more about the relationship and the dynamic than he does. Because if he cared about the dynamic, he wouldn't cancel the date at the last minute. If he cared about the dynamic, he wouldn't leave you hanging on a weekend and not make plans. So men are always testing women, just like you are subconsciously testing men. I know that when I was dating and I had done my inner work, which I teach inside Leap Into Love, I was testing men. I was testing, do I feel safe around him? Do I feel like he's strong? Do I feel like he can be reliable? Do I feel like he's got his shit together? Because how can I trust a man that's not got his shit together? And similarly, men are testing women. They are testing to see if a woman can live her life without making him the center of her attention. And if she starts to have all these needy feelings, I miss you, where were you? I don't like it when you cancel the last minute. I don't like it when you don't make plans in advance. She is actually revealing to him that she values the dynamic more than him. And no man wants that kind of woman. You see, every person is looking to upgrade and up-level in dating. And by upgrading and up-leveling, I don't necessarily mean just money-wise, though that could be one of the ways you could upgrade. I actually mean emotional ability and emotional regulation-wise. A man who has his life together wants an emotionally regulated woman. He wants a woman who he can trust with when he's scared. scared or when he's having a hard moment. But a woman who can't deal with her own emotions when she's having a hard moment is not the kind of woman that will inspire attraction in a man. It's so interesting that we forget that men and women bond differently, and we want to just go all in and reveal ourselves emotionally and give all our time to a man. But that is actually upping his oxytocin, reducing his testosterone, and reducing his drive to pursue you. Last but not the least, all men are going to be attracted to a woman who has the ability to walk away. So basically, if something's happened where he said something or done something that you don't like, instead of lecturing and nagging and, pulling him down with all your words, try walking away, try creating space, try holding the space for him to realize that you're not going to keep rewarding him if he doesn't step up and show up in his full presence with you. Now, this also happens a lot in online dating, where I see so many clients fall into the texting trap and they keep texting with men. They're super available, they're super bonding like they bond with girls, and then the men don't ask them out. The men just keep texting forever, and the woman is like, oh my god, if I just talk to him a little more, maybe then he'll ask me out. But that's not the way they bond. So learning to hold the power of space with men, both physically by not leaning forward, and also emotionally by not revealing all your most vulnerable feelings to a man too quickly in the dating process, is actually a strength that every woman needs to learn, needs to embody. It's something we teach you inside Elevate, and it's so important that you understand that revealing all your feelings, especially in early dating, to a man is not a very high value way of showing up, because he hasn't earned the right for you to feel feelings for him. He's still in the process of chasing, hopefully. He's still in the process of impressing you. And if he feels like he's able to activate all these emotions inside of you without really having had to do much work for it or effort for it, then you are not signaling high value. So if you want a man to keep coming for you, to keep pursuing you, you have to learn to master space. Space as feminine energy leaning back, but also space as emotional regulation. Do not reveal your emotions to men unless they have earned it. And if a man is not behaving the way you want him to behave, your best bet, your most high value way of showing up is your ability to walk away and prioritize yourself in the case of a scenario where he's not prioritizing you. If this video was helpful, give me a like, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you soon again.